His records and ideas speak for itself. Hostile work environment #1, rejected him. Voter ID, rejected. Youth restricted library section, rejected. Housing fight with Sacramento, rejected. Air show settlement, he wanted it secret, the court rejected it. Hostile workplace #2, DOJ, rejected him. Huntington Beach, reject him. And let us remember this, his children didn't choose this. I hope our community treats them with compassion and kindness. In closing, reject Michael Gates and his ideas.
Hi, my name is Brian Rowley, longtime resident of Huntington Beach. I'm a 40-year DOD employee. I have supervised many DOD personnel. When a person does not perform and they're terminated, there are 2 steps. They are given a notification of proposed action, and the proposed action is then taken. The notification typically says, if you resign in lieu of termination, the official record will show terminated. And in this case, if there's any ambiguity, if it is correct, he was terminated, act accordingly.
Bewildered. Our previous city attorney cost Huntington Beach taxpayers $2.5 million for age discrimination. Blessedly for the city, Michael Gates resigned his post. Gates was fired after 10 months in the Federal Justice Department after multiple counts of verbal harassment of women. Then he returned to Huntington Beach and didn't tell why he was terminated. Now he's suing his beloved Huntington Beach.
Next speaker.
I just want to support the city's investigation, which is appropriate, and follow the process. And I agree with the previous speaker that just follow the procedures and maintain your positions of putting the city first. And I know it's going to be difficult to separate personal relationships, but your #1 priority is to represent the city and protect its assets. Thank you.
Next speaker.
A lot of questions. When did Mr. Gates first learn about his federal termination notice? When did Mr. Gates first inform the council of his termination notice? When did the city offer to rehire Mr. Gates? Mr. Gates has threatened to sue the city. Does he have a formal contract to be rehired? Is that public? What are the guidelines about hiring someone who threatens to sue before starting to work? Mr. Gates says he has left DOJ to spend more time in HB. The feds say he was terminated. What is council's understanding about that discrepancy? Thank you.
Next speaker, thank you.
Hi, I'm Erin, a former librarian for the city and now a stay-at-home mom. I'm just here to remind you that despite your personal relationships with Mr. Gates, your feelings about his character, none of that should matter. What you should be focused on is the liability that this brings to the city. Someone who has past adjudicated record of discrimination, should that pattern repeat itself, the fines and fallout for that will be greater for the city. And we are facing a financial cliff.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, my name's Lindsay Click. I am a government employee, and I just wanted to say that your job is to help protect us, and that hiring someone who has a proven record of treating his subordinates with disrespect, at the very least, shows a lack of character on your part.
Good morning. I believe that Huntington Beach should conduct its own investigation regarding the circumstances of Michael Gates' departure from the Department of Justice. I would recommend that this investigation be conducted by an outside, independent agency which is qualified to conduct this type of an investigation and who would make a hiring recommendation to provide input that would be in the best interest and reflect the values of the city. Thank you.
Offering employment to anyone who is implicated in the creation of a toxic workplace environment, who also cost this city $2.5 million in an out-of-court settlement due to two city employees filing an age discrimination and hostile work environment case should not be offered any employment in the city of Huntington Beach. Mr. Gates was terminated for cause by the Department of Justice.
All right, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Tim Geddes here. Bringing back Michael Gates back into the fold of projecting legal opinion and policy for our city will be a reckless exercise which could put our city at grave risk for our civic future. Do not be led by the nose into further legal jeopardy that you will be held accountable for. Thank you.
Next speaker.
Mr. Gates has shown two qualities that would not be beneficial to our city. One, the moment he gets a better opportunity, he will abandon the city and take the better offer. This was demonstrated by his abdication of his duly elected role so he could join the DOJ, a position that he could not even last in for a year before he was fired for cause pursuant to Trump's official Department of Justice records. Further, the reason for his termination created a hostile workplace towards women in his office.
Next speaker.
After abandoning his post, the city council is trying to tip the scales in favor of a candidate who will fight for all things MAGA. They will give him a cushy position, one that didn't even exist 2 weeks ago. The city council, supposedly a non-political,
because he was elected.
interfering group,
He would not
is
be
trying to
hired
influence
anywhere
the
else.
voters through Facebook postings and glorious accolades by city council members, Chad. This is not democracy.
Next speaker, please.
When I worked in local government
speaker.
and mentioned that I lived in Huntington Beach, city staff, city council members, and city attorneys would shake their heads or laugh because of the incompetence of Michael Gates. City council members from other cities, your colleagues, would state that the only reason Michael Gates was city attorney
would state the only reason Michael Gates was city attorney because he was elected and would not be hired anywhere else. He is now threatening litigation, and the city needs to do its due diligence when hiring an employee. His history of hostile work environments and claims.
Next speaker, please.
This is another example of silencing the public, and the public will be pushing back, especially for the four that are going to be reelected or run for re-election in 2026. Travis Hopkins as our city manager, Michael Vigliotta as our city attorney. This rests on you, opening us to liabilities and lawsuits. We don't want Michael Gates back.
Good afternoon. I urge you to consider carefully your decision to hire Michael Gates. I believe he exposes our city to significant legal and financial risk. His termination, as reported for cause from President Trump's Department of Justice, is a huge red flag that deserves serious due diligence. Thank you.
Hi, Chris Cluey, Huntington Beach resident. I just want to say that you guys should follow the process. Your job is to follow the law, and the law is that if someone is under investigation or is suing someone, you should wait for that investigation to play out before you decide to hire him or not. Based on Michael Gates' previous history, I would make sure that that is a long and involved investigation, because we cannot afford as a city to spend more money on useless lawsuits or on paying out for subjects of hostile work environments. Thank you.
According to a November 14th Orange County report, Gates was fired from the DOJ after accusations of a hostile work environment, consistent pattern of referring to female colleagues with derogatory names, objecting to an employment of a pregnant woman. This was all in the Civil Rights Department. He was also one of only 2 attorneys responsible for the Texas gerrymandering DOJ letter of a federal judge called, quote, legally unsound, baseless, ham-fisted, and a mess.
This is Trump's favorite story, so you're going to love it. Welcome to story time. On her way to work one morning down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor half-frozen snake. She wrapped him up all cozy and took him in for the night. Instead of saying thanks, that snake gave her a vicious bite. But I saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, but why? Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in. Take me in, Casey Gracie. Take me in, Patty Cakes. Take me in, Chad and Butchie, Don and Andy, cried the snake.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Paula Schaefer here. Do not hire Michael Gates. Hiring Mr. Gates invites liability exposure. He has created a hostile work environment and discriminated against employees he supervised. There is also substantial reputational risk to the city, both internally and externally. Hiring Mr. Gates is a high-risk decision that most organizations would avoid unless there are truly exceptional circumstances. Those are not present here. The city cannot afford these risks for the reasons stated above. Do not hire Michael Gates.
Next speaker.
Hi, I think there's two things that I suggest here, that we have an outside law firm do the details and checking out the accusations or the lawsuit with Michael Gates. And the other thing I don't know is, what is the rush of filling this position now? This position has been open for, over a year? And Pat, thank you.